and welcome to TezMania TV. Today I am doing my Q&A for April and I decided to do a themed one this time. And you guys suggested a couple of themes and the one that got the most thumbs up is the one that I chose, and that is food and beverages. You guys had about 24 hours to ask questions, and after removing a couple of doubles, we are down to 36 questions that I'm going to try to make my way through. So anyone who asked a question after those 24 hours, I'm sorry, your questions won't be able to make it into this video because I'm recording it right now. But for next month's Q&A, I'll probably do a non-themed one. So if you have a question that you really want to know the answer to, feel free to go ahead and ask that for next month's Q&A when I post that. So let's get started, shall we? Number 1, do you have any favorite cocktails? Can you share the recipe? Or if you're more of a beer person, what are you into? Favorite cocktails. I actually invented a cocktail of my own, and that is my favorite one right now. And I call it the Pink Tez. If you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen me post a little video of me mixing it. So it contains dry sparkling wine, like Prosecco, for instance, or Cava, or champagne if you want to go nuts. And then dry rosé cider, so it's like rosé wine flavored cider, which is often pink in color and very fruity without being crazy sweet, because I'm not really into sweet things. And then the third ingredient is watermelon juice. So I just buy a regular watermelon and just put it in a blender to make it into juice, and then mix those three. It's delicious and it is perfect for summer. Number 2, are you a vegetarian or a vegan? If so, why? And if not so, why? Alright, so I stopped eating meat a year ago, and 2 weeks ago I decided to try going vegan. So I've been vegan for 2 weeks now. And the reason I cut off meat in the first place was because I was feeling like a hypocrite. I'm part of a bunch of animal rights organizations, and you guys know that I love animals, and I just felt like, well, if I truly love animals, I can't really be eating them. So I gave up the meat, and I honestly haven't missed it once. I did go into being a pescatarian, which means that I sometimes have eaten fish or seafood, and I still ate eggs and cheese and dairy products and stuff like that. But then again, I started feeling a little bit like a hypocrite. Like, this is a ladder. You take larger and larger steps. Maybe start small. Like, the first thing we did at home when we were both still eating meat was just switching every single animal product into eco animal products, which means that the animals are a little bit better taken care of, but still there's like no guarantee. So then I just had to give up the meat as well. And then now, yeah, I'm trying to be fully vegan now. But, and I will get back to this later, I'm a low-carb vegan, so it's a little bit tricky, which means that everything I eat at home is 100% vegan, yes. But whenever we go to a restaurant that doesn't serve vegan food, or if I go to dinner at a friend's house, I'll eat vegetarian food. But that means like 95% out of the time, I'm a vegan now. So I'm hoping that I'll keep feeling good eating vegan food, and that it'll keep working for me, because right now, yeah, it really is. Question number 3, what are your favorite vegan recipes? Well, so far I've only done it for 2 weeks, so I don't really know an insane amount of recipes. The stuff that I've really enjoyed eating so far has been like vegan pizza with this delicious vegan cheddar that I found from a brand called like Violife or Violife or something. It actually tastes like real cheese, which is awesome because you guys probably know that I was such a cheese eater, so it's great to be able to find a vegan alternative for cheese. I actually didn't expect to be able to do that, but yeah, I did. I also really enjoyed fried eggplant. So delicious because it gets a little bit sweet. I really like that. And then just basically anything with guacamole. Ugh, absolutely love avocado, so yeah. I have started sharing a little bit of the food that I eat on Instagram. Like every now and then I'll put something on there. So if you guys want me to do that more continuously, could you let me know in the comments below, please? Number 4, what do you find to be the best benefits of a vegan diet and lifestyle? Well, so far I've only done it for 2 weeks, so I can't really say anything about the benefits because I guess it takes longer. But the one benefit that was instant was it feels good to not eat animals. I love animals, and yeah, it's just, I was constantly feeling a little bit guilty by eating animal products, and it's up to everyone to decide. I'm not a judgy vegan at all. Like, you do whatever you want. So yeah, I don't know what the best benefits are, but hopefully I'll just feel good eating vegan food. Yeah, I just want to feel good and be healthy, pretty much. Number 5, what's your favorite beer and your favorite cheese to pair it with? Well, since I technically don't eat cheese anymore, I'll probably have to say that it's my new vegan cheese favorite thing, which is that cheddar one that I told you about. But for the times when I do eat cheese, like when I go to restaurants again or to people's houses. I really do enjoy a really creamy brie. Those are delicious. I don't know if I pair cheese with beer though. I think cheese goes better with wine. So for beer, I'll probably just have some salty nuts or some kind of snack like that instead of cheese. And my favorite beer, this is tricky, this is really tricky. I really love beer. If it's really warm outside, I'll love like a really light one, like a Corona for instance, with a little bit of lime in. And I like pale ales and more fruity, flowery, better tasting ones too, so it's difficult to pick one favorite. Number 6, how are you managing low carb with being vegan? Yeah, okay, this is a challenge. So I've been considering going vegan for quite a long time, but it is a big change, and especially if you're into low carb. So for a long time, I didn't think I'd be able to eat vegan food because I thought like there's not going to be anything left for me to eat, because being a low carb eater, you're already getting rid of a lot of stuff that you can't eat, and also I'm allergic to a bunch of stuff, so it felt like I'd be really limited. But right now, like 2 weeks into this, I am seeing it as a challenge instead, and I'm actually enjoying it. Like so far at least, I'm enjoying it. Taking on the challenge and finding something that I can eat that suits me and that suits the low carb thing. So far, it's been fine, but then again, I've been sort of forced to go a little bit more towards paleo than LCHF, because it is difficult to eat as little carbs as possible when you cut all that stuff out of your diet already. So paleo basically means that I can eat a little bit more fruit and like root veggies and stuff like that. Do you ever crave something naughty to eat, and what would it be? Yes, oh my god, snacks. The next question is, do you prefer sweet or salty snacks? I'm not a sweet tooth at all. When I get those cravings, I want the salty stuff, like potato chips, sour cream and onion potato chips, or salt and vinegar potato chips. Oh my god, it's so good. Or french fries. But since I'm a low carb gal, I'm not really supposed to eat potatoes, so that happens very rarely, very rarely. I try to stay away from that. During 2015, I gained like 4 or 5 of the 11 kilos that I lost when I started eating low carb in 2011, and that was because I cheated like on the low carb diet a lot, and I ate a lot of snacks and stuff, and sure, it's delicious for the moment, but it just makes you feel shitty, and it makes you feel like you have no control over yourself, and I really don't like that. So I'm going to try to get back to the healthy side. So whenever I want a snack right now, I'll buy like salty, tasty nuts that I'm not allergic to, because I'm allergic to a bunch of nuts. And then I can go to like these Asian food stores and they have vegetable chips. They're made from some beets or something, or pumpkin chips or whatever it is. They're a lot lower in carb than potato chips, so sometimes I get to indulge in those. Number 9, do you cook? If yes, what is your favorite recipe to make? I do cook, but Mr. Tez is a way better chef than me. He's a lot more creative and can just make up stuff from nothing. I try to do that. I'm getting a little bit better at it, but yeah. I'm okay. I'm an okay chef, I guess. I want to be more inventive. That's why I like the challenge of being vegan now. So we'll see. Maybe I'll get better. Favorite recipe? That is tricky to just come up with a favorite recipe. I'll have to say pass on favorite recipe right now, again, because I do want to give you guys like vegan recipes, and I'm so new at it that I maybe don't really have that knowledge yet. But I'll keep posting stuff on Instagram and try to put like all the ingredients and stuff in the actual post so you guys can see what it is that I make. How long have you been eating low carb, high fat? Since 2011. What's your favorite pizza topping? Mushrooms. Any kind of pizza that I eat has to have mushrooms on it. I freaking love mushrooms. Is there a common dish in your country that needs an acquired taste, which may sound bizarre to others but tastes so good? We have some weird stuff up north. Yeah, we do. For instance, we eat pickled herring. I think it's delicious, but if you haven't tried it before, it's probably really weird because it's basically raw but pickled fish, and it's all like slippery, and they have a bunch of different versions of it. There's one with like onions and carrots and stuff that's really good, but yeah, it's probably an acquired taste. And then we have the weirdest thing that I can't even go near this. It's like a fermented fish thing that they keep in these cans, and I shit you not, like there are videos of people barfing when they smell this. The smell when you open this can, it smells like somebody threw up and then like pooped and mixed it all together. It's so disgusting. I haven't even tried that food because it smells so disgusting. I remember being a kid and our neighbors like way down the street would eat this stuff and it would smell throughout the entire neighborhood. It's disgusting, and yeah. I don't get it. What is your favorite whiskey, rum, vodka, or brandy? I don't like stuff that's too smoky. My dad's a big whiskey connoisseur. He's trying to teach me all he can, but I don't like the smoky stuff. I do like pretty much everything. I don't like when it gets too sweet, so brandy might not be my favorite thing. We basically have like pure vodka and gin, and then Mr. Tez is really into rum and stuff. What are your thoughts on vegetables in desserts, like beetroot in cake or zucchini in biscuits? I'm not big on desserts at all because, again, I'm not a sweet tooth, so I don't know. I've never tried a dessert with vegetables in it. I guess I've tried like cheesecake with carrots on the topping or carrot cake, but yeah, I don't like the sweet stuff at all, so desserts just... I do like using like zucchini and vegetables and stuff for making bread. That's really good. Do you like pickles on your burger? When I did eat burgers, I liked pickles. Yes, I can just eat those like this. They're really good. I don't even need the burger for it. What's your favorite typical Swedish type of food? Well, again, if you'd asked me before I went vegan, I'd probably say something completely different because I really do like the pickled herring that I mentioned before. But like favorite vegan food? We have a couple of really good vegetarian / vegan restaurants here, but I don't know if it's like Swedish. Traditional Swedish. We eat a lot of meat in Sweden, I think in Scandinavia in general, and so most of our like big Swedish meals contain meat or fish. So it's tricky to pick a Swedish food that I really like that doesn't have animals in it. What's your favorite dessert? Well, I like pudding. Chocolate pudding or vanilla pudding or like fudge pudding, but I haven't tried it since I became vegan, so I don't know if I'll still like it. There's like a vegan version of it because there's usually gelatin in these things. But yeah, I've always liked pudding. What cuisine do you most like eating out? I guess I like a really full salad, and I know how boring it sounds to say that I like salad, but I don't mean like only vegetables, like only greens and nothing else. I always like, because I'm a low carb girl, I'll always have salad on the side instead of potatoes or rice or pasta or whatever it is you have on the side. I'll always have like a salad. So I'm used to eating a lot of salad and lettuce and tomatoes and cucumbers and stuff like that. And I think it's just, yeah, I love the taste of that. So if I like add some tasty stuff to that and make it more of a full salad, then yeah, that's one of my favorite things. I also really do enjoy oomph, which is a soy protein that they can shape into all kinds of different stuff. So it's basically like having a chicken breast, and they're juicy and delicious. And Mr. Tez makes the most amazing vegetarian korma, which is this Indian dish. Oh, it's so good. And he uses oomph for that instead of chicken. What cuisine would you most like to try? Right now, I can't think of anything. I've always been the kind of person who tries a bunch of different stuff. And whenever we've traveled, I've tried like all the local dishes and stuff like that. So I don't know. There's probably something that I'm forgetting, but I can't think of anything right now. Do you have any food allergy or food intolerance? Yes, I do. Or yes and no. Okay, the thing is, there are two things that I'm allergic to. One, I'm not going to tell you yet. I'm going to get back to that in a later video because it doesn't have anything to do with food. But the food allergies, they actually come from the fact that I'm allergic to birch pollen. And I got this allergy when I was 27. So as an adult, I just suddenly developed an allergy. I've never been allergic to anything before that. After getting allergic to birch pollen, I started having reactions to other things as well. Now, they don't show up, like when I do blood tests to check what I'm allergic to, these things don't show up. But my body reacts to them because it thinks that it's pollen. It's so stupid. So there are certain fruits, vegetables, nuts, like a couple of peas and stuff like that I just can't have because my body thinks that it's pollen in them. And I won't die or anything like that. I'm not severely allergic, but my mouth and throat will swell up and it's really, really uncomfortable, and I'll get like these like duck lips, not in an attractive way, from some of them. So yeah, I try to stay away from those. Your favorite alcoholic and non-alcoholic drink? My favorite alcoholic drink is dry sparkling wine, like specifically Prosecco. I love the Italian sparkling wines. They're delicious, and they usually tend a little more towards pear in flavor compared to the Spanish sparkling stuff, which is cava. They're usually more appley in flavor, and I love the pear stuff because it's softer. And my favorite non-alcoholic drink has to be a Diet Red Bull. I just freaking love that stuff, and I know it's bad for you and things, but I just love it. It's so good. What is your go-to emergency breakfast? If it's emergency as in I have to go right now, I'll just grab a banana. But if I have some time, I'll put some soygurt, which is soy yogurt, on a plate and then dump some nuts in there and then just like throw it in my mouth. What is your favorite food that you hated at first? Beets. I actually really hated beets when I was a kid, and now I freaking love them. They're so delicious, and yeah. Can't believe I didn't eat beets for the first 15 or 20 years of my life. What foods to try for first timers coming to your country? Well, again, it's all meat and fish, dude. Like the moose meatballs are delicious if you like meat, and you have to try the pickled herring and all the fishy dishes because yeah, those are really good. Favorite thing you like to eat when you go to your favorite restaurants or go overseas? Whenever we go overseas, I tend to cheat a lot on my diet, so I eat a lot of like junk food and pizza and fries and stuff, which is really bad. I'm not supposed to do that, and I feel really crappy afterwards, but it's so good while you do it. And like at a restaurant, I die every time I order a mushroom risotto because it is the tastiest thing I've ever had in my life, basically. But again, I'm not supposed to eat rice, so every now and then I indulge though. You got it. Do you put together any strange food combinations? I don't know. I don't do this myself, but I don't like people who put fruit in food. I think that's disgusting. Like bananas or pineapples on pizza. So gross. Or like in food. No. Fruit and food is kept separate. The only time I'm okay with fruit in my food is if it's in a salad and it's like a couple of pieces of watermelon or pomelo or something like that. Then it's totally fine. But in like hot food, nope. So I don't know if I do any strange food combinations. Can't think of anything right now. Do you hide a secret stash of wine anywhere? No, I don't. We have a liquor cabinet where we keep all our stuff, and I don't really consume crazy amounts of wine, so I don't need to hide a secret stash anywhere. Tips for fast dishes that you have the energy to cook after a long day at work. Just make it really easy on yourself and do like a simple tomato sauce with crushed tomatoes, parsley, onions, and garlic and some spices, and just cook some pasta. I'll eat like bean pasta or like seaweed pasta that's very low carb, and just throw that sauce on there. You can throw some mushrooms in there if you like as well. This is really good and really fast. Number 29, are there any foods that you really hate? I really don't like spicy foods at all. It makes me feel really sick, and I don't like the taste because you can't taste anything. Everything just tastes like spices. I don't like that. I like the taste of the stuff that you're actually eating. So I use very little spices when I cook myself. Like garlic is the strongest thing that I'll ever use in food. Other than that, it's basically just salt and maybe some salad spice and a little bit of pepper. That's pretty much what I use. I like the taste of things the way that they are, and I also like pretty bland stuff. So yeah, spicy food is not my thing at all. Guilty pleasure food or drink? Well, the guilty pleasure food, again, is like anything with potatoes. Ugh. Or that mushroom risotto. My god, it's so good. Guilty pleasure drink. I don't know if it's a guilty pleasure. Like, I'll have whatever I want whenever I want it. But yeah, I guess if I have a drink of wine in the middle of the week and it's not the weekend, it'll be like a little bit of a guilty pleasure, I suppose. But yeah. Is there a Mexican dish you would like to try? Yeah, anything that's vegan or vegetarian and not spicy. That would be fantastic. And I'd love to try, because you guys know that I love guacamole. I love the one that I make myself, but I don't make it spicy, and I have my own like version of how to make it. So it'd be interesting to try an actual Mexican version of the guacamole, like the real taste of guacamole. I'm pretty sure it's kind of different from what I do, so it'd be fun to compare that. Is there any American food or drink that you find weird or gross as a foreigner, such as root beer float, biscuits and gravy, meatloaf, etc.? Meatloaf, we do that in Sweden too, and I used to love that when I ate meat, so that's not weird at all. Root beer is disgusting. Floats I've never tried a float. I don't eat biscuits, and gravy, I don't know. There's a lot of weird stuff, I guess, that I've never tried. I've never been to America, so I've never really tried American food. Like, anything I've tried has been from American style joints here in Sweden. And I guess that's mostly like burgers and stuff, so there's not really that weird. Do you like those drinks with the aloe vera jelly cubes? I really don't. I feel like I'm drinking tadpoles. It's too, like, it feels like there's something swimming around in my mouth, so there's nothing wrong with the flavor, I just really don't like the feeling of that, like the texture of it. Would you be able to do a 1 week vegan food challenge? Well, I'm on my 2nd week of being vegan right now, so... And it's not a challenge, like I plan to keep doing this. Number 35, what is a traditional Swedish dish for holiday meals? Yeah, this is the boring thing about Sweden. Because first of all, we eat the same fucking food for every single holiday. For Christmas, for Easter, for midsummer, it's always the same. And it's always a lot of meat products and a lot of fish. Which is kind of a bummer when you try to not eat animals, but yeah, so... Traditional Swedish holiday meals are usually like a buffet of everything that is traditionally Swedish. So you'll have your meatballs, you'll have like this disgusting looking pate with creamy beets, sort of mashed up beets mixed with cream. And you'll have different kinds of pickled herring with boiled potatoes. You'll have something called Janssons frestelse, which is pretty much like a potato gratin, but with anchovy pieces in it, and it's disgusting. I really don't like anchovies, and I don't eat potatoes anyway, so that's not for me. So whenever we do holiday meals now, I like if it is at my parents' house and stuff, I'll eat the pickled herring and stuff, but I'll stay completely clear of like all the meat. We usually do like egg halves with caviar and stuff, and I don't mean caviar as the little eggs. I mean there's a thing in a tube here in Sweden which is called caviar, which is the same word as we use for the other kind of caviar, but it's completely different. It's very, very salty, and it's a very acquired taste that they actually do a commercial where they go to like Japan and to the US and stuff and have people try this on a piece of bread, and people think it's disgusting, but yeah, we eat it here, so. And the very last question is, what is the one food or drink that you must have if you see it on a menu? Oh, okay, that's probably what I've already answered. So yeah, again, with that mushroom risotto, gotta have that stuff. And drink, like a glass of bubbly wine, yeah, just be a happy camper. That is it, you guys. Thank you so much for asking. And if there's anything that you feel like I missed, keep that in mind for next time I post my Q&A, which will be in approximately a month from now. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sending in your questions, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!